Yo, what's up guys? So many people have been asking me to make a PvP guide since I've been like winning like nearly every match on all of my slots and chime and stuff like that. So I'm gonna tell you guys how to actually get better at PvP, how to start winning more matches, and basically what separates the best players from like the average players. So I'm gonna be putting you guys on, and yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. The most important thing when it comes to Deepwoken PvP is your defense. Now, I'm going to talk about timing because this is one of the most important things and a lot of things people ignore when they're actually fighting. You need to know when's the right time to attack, and you need to know your weapon's range and your weapon's attack speed. Okay, take this for example. Let's say you're a dagger user fighting a spear user. You're not going to try to M1 them if you're not in the right range. Now, it's not going to hit. But if you're also a medium user or a heavy user, you need to know you should not be M1ing a light weapon user freely without getting a parry stun. So every time you parry them, then it's your time to attack, unless you're in the right distance for your weapon where it benefits you. If you don't have right timing down, then you're just going to be throwing out random attacks and getting punished and basically giving your enemy free damage. So when it comes to parrying and roll canceling, y'all just gotta practice on that. I'm gonna just say this: I use roll canceling usually as like a second resort. So if someone does try to mantra feint or like throw me off, their next attack I'm gonna just roll cancel and then just get back on my feet. So that's how I use roll cancel. But like, you can roll cancel first. Other major thing that a lot of people don't do is spit in fights. Now, you want to be spitting because every bit of HP matters. Now, this isn't like a huge thing, but like, if you want an edge in your fights, just know the right timing to actually spit where you can't get punished for it. Alright, movement is extremely important when it comes to the combat in Deepwoken. Now look, depending on your weapon, you want to make sure you have the right movement so you can actually get the most out of your weapon. Now let's say your dagger. If you're a dagger, you want to have fast movement and you want to be in their face at all times, okay? You want to make sure that your M1s are in their face, so if they do try to attack you, you're hitting those M1s first. Now, when it comes to fighting good players, you need to mantra feint, you need to feint, and you need to do mix-ups. Now look, I don't know why some people they don't change up their playstyle when nothing they're doing is working. If you're fighting an extremely good player, he's not going to fall for just basic M1s and basic M1 and then feint. No, you have to do mix-ups, you have to feint your mantras. Now, you have to figure out what he's lacking on and what's actually catching him off guard. Like, do not play the same way throughout your entire match if nothing you're doing is working. A lot of people have been winning their matches against like mid people because they just rely on their enemy messing up. You don't want to be like this. You want to open up attacks for yourself so you can actually get that damage. Don't just wait for someone to mess up a parry or like mess up a roll cancel. No, you want to actually make it so you're opening up damage and you're catching them off guard when you're feigning, mantra feigning, doing all that, okay? When you are fighting good players, you want to try to find their weakness and see what's actually working and like mixing them up and catching them off guard, okay? Now like most people who are like, I guess you can say they're good at Deepwoken, all they do is they're good at parrying and roll canceling. And the people that they're fighting can make it so like they're like winning fights because they're just, it's like a reaction time game. But when you're actually fighting people with the same skill level and they're not missing parries, you need to mantra feint. Like, you just being good at parrying and feinting is not going to work. It's going to only get you so far. If you want to actually surpass that level, you need to start mantra feinting and start doing mix-ups so you can actually beat those other players that are on your level and that can parry consistently and roll cancel consistently and not get hit. Alright, so this is going to be a quick little story time, okay? So, at the start of Deepwoken, I used to beef with a guild named Unnamed, and this high rank called Exu was basically like, yo, Soul, come depths, 1v1 me, 1v1 me. Also, I used to go by Soul back then, not Inu, so yeah. But anyways, he was like, yo, Soul, come 1v1 me, 1v1 me in depths. Whoever, loses gets wiped. I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. Way back then, I thought I was the best player in Deepwoken. Like, bro, I was not scared of anything at all, bro. Like, I did not care who it was. I would just go depths, wipe whoever. I did not care. No name scared me. I promise you this. Okay, so that was at the start of Deepwoken. I still don't care if like I fight anyone. I'm not scared of anyone. I just don't go around saying I'm like the best player anymore. Now, when I went to 1v1 Exu at Slopegate, I kid you not, he didn't hit me once. I was confident throughout the whole thing. So when it comes to like fights like this, you honestly just want to keep your composure. Like the worst thing that can happen is, oh, you lose your slot and you just reprogress. Like every slot can be remade, so there's no point of getting like stressed out or like worrying about losing. Just focus on like having fun and not worrying about like your reputation or like anything at stake or anything. Like focus on a fight. Don't even think about like the outcome of anything. All right. Also, if y'all want to see the video, I did upload this. It was like 12 unnamed members trying to wipe me. It was a 2v12 and we somehow won that. So if you want to check out that video, I'm gonna drop it. And yeah. Alright, so the last thing is having a good build. Now, this is very important. Like, skill does matter, but you having a good build is what's really gonna like separate you and like give you that edge to people whose build just isn't better than your build. Okay, now there's a lot of brain dead builds, and I made a lot of brain dead builds. If you like watch my past videos, where it doesn't even matter how good the person is, I'm still gonna beat them because I have the skill. Also, my build's just better than their build. So like, even if they did happen to be like a really good player, it's not gonna matter if their build's like garbage. Okay, and if your build is better than theirs. Now also, when it comes to making builds, I'm gonna just say this: there's a lot of people who make like builds every single day. They always make new builds. Bro, make sure you at least master one build. Okay, you want to be extremely good on at least one build, so people be like, oh, have you fought them on their Gel build? Have you fought them on their Crypt Blade? So make sure you master one build before you like go and like make a next. And also make sure you have fun with that one build that you do want to master. Okay, alright, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you like and sub. I hope this guide helps a lot of people, and it should, as long as you follow the steps. Try not to be predictable, just follow the steps throughout the video. You should be winning way more fights, and just make sure you're having fun with it. Honestly, like, just have fun with the game, and see you guys.